Good day, dear viewers. My name is Alexander, and today I shall be covering the Polish army from the 16th to the 17th century. This will be a fact video where I hope to shine some light upon a reasonably undercovered area of history. I hope to do this to the best of my ability with the humble resources at my command, and I very much hope that you, dear viewer, enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Alright, let's begin. Let's begin with some quick background information about the creation of this video. Now, I had planned this video a couple months back, but due to a lack of resources I wasn't able to actually create it. But now I have acquired 3 very interesting books from historian and author Richard Brzezinski, and these books are flashing by here now. Alright, that's the background information. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Polish armies of the time tended to consist of foreign infantry and mercenaries, in particular the Germans and Hungarians. The main reason for this use of foreign soldiers over native soldiers is the fact that Polish native infantry, and especially militia units, were regarded as next to useless and very unreliable compared to foreign units. As such, Polish infantry rarely fought and, according to Brzezinski, did not carry weapons as standard issue kit, were mainly equipped with entrenching tools. This is also due to the fact they were not actually expected to fight and were rarely used in offensive action. The principal Hungarian infantry in use were the Hajduks, which came out during the reign of Hungarian King Stefan Batory, and unlike most infantry formations at the time, were almost 100% equipped with firearms, in contrast to the pike and shot formations that were prevalent in Western Europe at the time. This was mainly due to Polish doctrine for infantry, which was for infantry to act as support for cavalry charges. This concept worked as Poland's cavalry was extremely dominant at this time, with the winged hussars being in their apex, which lowered the usefulness of pikes in infantry formations, as there wasn't any need to defend infantry from cavalry if the enemy cavalry cannot break through. This doctrine proved successful as the enemy line would be weakened through gunfire prior to a cavalry charge. German infantry tended to follow more western trends of organisation and fought in western formations. This diversity in unit fighting style would add versatility to the Polish army and allow to face a broader range of threats. These units were organised in western-style regiments and commanded by colonels. Interestingly enough, these units were not much liked by the Polish nobility due to them becoming very trusted by the king, more so than ordinary Poles. The Polish cavalry was traditionally split into 2 groups, Hussars and Cossacks. Hussars were Polish heavy lancers, which were better known as winged hussars, while the Cossacks generally referred to any unit of lighter cavalry. According to Brzezinski, the term light cavalry first came into use during the late 1640s in contemporary accounts, and previous to this, Cossack was a term used basically for anything that wasn't a winged hussar. The famed winged hussars were a hybrid with both eastern and western influences. The hussars' origins are generally regarded as being from the Balkans, but their fighting style is western in nature, being very reminiscent of that of the medieval knight. They were equipped with sabres, which is an eastern weapon, and probably influenced by the Lithuanians. Other than that, they were also equipped with various other weapons, most famously being the lance, and firearms, though these were slow to be adopted. Uniform generally reflected the personality of the hussar, with wealthier nobles wearing more extravagant clothing. Out of the Cossacks, the most famous are probably Pancerni, who received their name due to their use of mail armour, or pancerz, and were generally organised under a banner, chorągiew, which varied in size from 60 to 200 horsemen. This cavalry was eastern in nature and were most likely influenced by the Tatars and other similar peoples. The distinction Pancerni came about to distinguish between Polish Cossacks and Zaporozhian Cossacks during the many rebellions conducted by the latter. Pancerni would end up forming about 60% of Polish cavalry by the 1680s, despite only forming about 10% a century previously. Polish cavalry were extremely successful in the many wars fought by Poland, with many examples of crushing victories achieved by cavalry might. For example, Kruszyn in 1610, where hussars broke Russian and Swedish lines, causing heavy casualties and resulting in the later 2-year occupation of Moscow by the Polish army. Lithuanian hussars crushed Swedish pike and shot formation at the Battle of Kirkholm in 1605. Within 20 minutes, cavalry charge resulted in a complete Swedish rout. The battle ended with Swedish casualties of around 8,000, compared to about 100 Poles and Lithuanians killed. The Swedes were butchered almost to a man. The Polish army in general, though especially cavalry, was a massive nuisance for Gustavus Adolphus during the Polish-Swedish War of 1626 to 1629. And Gustavus used his experience from the war to reform the Swedish army into one of the greatest land armies in history. To round off this section, 3,000 Polish hussars led the largest cavalry charge in history at the Battle of Vienna, which broke the Ottoman army, and was arguably the most famous deployment of hussars in history, the charge utilising over 18,000 cavalrymen.
Defeat most other armies easily on the field of battle.
including if the opponent had larger numbers. However, this would not last. As history has shown, a country's dominance is never in perpetuity, and the Polish Commonwealth would end up falling in the late 18th century due to the partitions made by Prussia, Russia, and Austria, which dissolved the Commonwealth and had it disappear off the face of the earth for the next 123 years. On a final, less serious note, I thank everyone very much for watching my video over all the other ones you could choose on the internet which could possibly include such content. Thank you ever so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed creating it, and I hope everyone here has a very, very good day.